All right, it is Friday, May 2nd, 2025. I'm here in Old Town Temecula for the Temecula Rod Run, the Friday night cruise. I did cover this one last year. It was a very difficult one for me to shoot because every single pole down here has a speaker on it, and they turn it up to 11 once the cruising starts. But as long as there's lots of exhaust noises, we don't have to worry about that. So that's the good news. This was like the first of at least 3 videos for this weekend that I'm planning. Tomorrow I'm off to Riverside for show and go, and then on Sunday we've got the Mopar Spring Fling over at Woodley Park for the Judge Day when they bring out all the cool rare stuff, and possibly another video after that on Sunday if there is time. I'm not promising as of yet. All right, we got people yelling at me. That's all good. But a lot of great stuff coming up in May, and we're going to go get started filming this one right now. All right, so like I said, I got here early. The cars are already starting to stake out their spots. I'm going to go over to that restaurant over there because I ate there last year, and it was pretty good. And you had to get in early to get a table. So, ulterior motives. It is like 77 degrees as I started filming here, so definitely warm out here in Temecula. So everyone's starting to kind of roll into town now. Also, I should announce SB 712, according to the Senator's office, is not dead. They're expecting it to be heard on the Senate floor later on this month, possibly on the 23rd. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. So make sure if you haven't done yet, make sure you do send in a letter or call with your support. If you have a car club, have the car club send in a letter as the car club. And if you have a business that supports classic cars, make sure you send in a letter of support on behalf of the business as well. Got a little Fairlane over here on the side street, key bolted. So if you know what Senate Bill 712, it is Leno's Law. It will take the smog check exemption from 1976 and older is being exempted to 35-year rolling exemption. So that would start at 1990 and move up a year after that. So like I said, we're still supporting it. It is still going on. It is still a thing until we say it's not a thing. And we do need everyone's support on this one to help protect our classic vehicles. We got Thunderbird with the Roadster tonneau cover. Probably run in and eat. Let's get some shots. That's about 2 hours or so. This whole street will just be full of classics and hot rods and customs. Here. So are we. We had the whole Lincoln Club coming through. So I said this one, there will be cars parked as well as cruising. It's very similar to tomorrow's show in Riverside. That one does an entire loop of downtown Riverside. 5. Yes, the hearing is supposed to be for the Senate bill on the 23rd. I cannot attend. I have a concert the night before, and then on the 23rd, I'm actually driving up to Santa Maria for Cruising Nationals. So that's my excuse. A couple more cars before I go in and eat. Next week on the 10th, we've got Culver City Car Show with my Beetle that I own with my stepfather. Possibly, I'm supposed to have my daughter, my sister, and my stepfather at that show. I know we're not all going to cram into that Beetle. I'm going to take my daughter down in the morning, and my sister's going to bring my stepfather down later. And the brakes are good, so now it goes as well as stops. 59 Chevy. I'll mention next Sunday on the 11th is Long Beach Swap Meet. So always check the tentative list. Let's show I'm planning here in the near future. I update it usually on each video. I think the only thing I've added this time was Hot Rod Power Tour. Announced their dates for Power Tour West starting at Famoso. Goes to Street Legal Dragway and then to Willow Springs. I can only do the first 2 days because the last day coincides with Pomona Swap Meet. And I have to invoke the Pomona rule, which means I have to do Pomona. That's the Pomona rule. A 42-door sedan. So I'm done eating. lot of cars out on the street now. Try not to get run over. Yeah, a lot of people. This is a hard one to shoot because, like I said, the cars are so close on the street, and the pedestrians fill the sidewalk. So, but I did get it last year, so it should be all right. Seat time. All right, so actually I had to talk to I'm talking to everybody about the smog bill with the Ford. They're still working on it, despite what people say. Hopefully we'll have an update soon. I was going to do a video on the mileage tax. I had some family stuff come up yesterday that I could not get out of. I was going to do one as it relates, as I would see it would relate to vintage cars. Told the owner of this Lincoln I'd for sure get his Lincoln. So, but like I said, anything I do, things like that, it has to relate somehow to vintage cars, because that's why I don't do anything going on at the federal level right now, because that all pertains to new vehicles, and I consider this channel to be more of a vintage channel, such as this Thunderbird. If you come down here, like it's called Front Street, they got Donkey. Look, this one's got Donkey Kong. I don't know if you can see it from here. They got these bars and restaurants and things. Or you come down to this one, play Donkey Kong. Of course, they've got the casino not far from here as well. And they do concerts and things there. This guy still has his plot thing from Del Mar. Good guys. Yeah, T-Bucket.
But is it mainly for lunch?
So later on, there's a lot of those open header cruising, stuff like that going on. I hear they were playing with the music, so we only have a few minutes before they crank it to 11, and then we'll have to wait for the cruising to go on. All right, I got the music cranked, but I think we got enough bar noise behind me that we can get away with a little bit. No, maybe not. All right, we got a break from the music. There's a Beetle. I'll be out with mine next week. She's a runner and a driver all of a sudden. All right, we'll get this until they turn the music on, or we get a bunch of loud exhaust noises. 61. They're going to sweep the street here. Oh, they're doing a street sweep right now. I almost brought the orange vest that I ordered for Santa Maria that says press on it. I thought it was a little too obvious, so maybe I should have brought it. Got a Vega. Oh, man. Okay, I always mention when there's cruising involved, I may not get every vehicle here, as a lot of them will be on the move. Some I will may get more than once, such as that Thunderbird, which we saw earlier. It just happens. So there's Continental.
That's kind of why we're here. Man, that was cool. So for this month, we're gonna kind of bounce around.
So you see the police are out getting the street ready. They towed all the vehicles that weren't supposed to be here. This guy was actually on the freeway in front of me when I was driving out here earlier in the Riviera. Yeah, I'll follow the guy in the Riviera. Model A. With Windsor. Try anything else filled in. We're at Father's Day weekend. We'll be doing LA Roadsters at Pomona. 2 days of that. Possibly that Brea show on Father's Day. Kind of a weird one for me because I usually would always spend Father's Day with my mother. So we'll see how that goes. Got a gasser. Yeah, they're doing the sweep. Corvette 61. So we'll just kind of go block by block. It's also the turnarounds at the end as well. It's like a bunch of mannequins rolling around this Comet. So the old Polara or a 440 Dodge. Police cruiser. Start cruising here. I always say the cruising shows are like some of my favorites to film because you get both cars parked as well as in motion, so you get a nice variety of shots. Elko. Riviera. Buick. You call a Google Eye Bug Eye right there. Googly Eye Bug Eye. Trying to get motion shots for the thumbnail while I'm filming. The black and white. With the Roadster tonneau cover. 63,409. Chrysler. Chopped F100. Corvette. 57 fuel injected. GTO on the Nova Ventura platform. 74 they did that. '62 Chevy. Yep, you're seeing double. Continentals. Got the hood coming up. There you go. Yeah.
Hey, no dogs allowed. Hey, guys, that door is too small. You guys can't do it.
Lost the dealie.
Go get a beer, homie. That's okay.
On the way. Oh, thanks. Oh, shrug again. Fifty-eight olds. Okay, they turned the music on, so I'm just gonna have to hit the areas where the exhaust is the loudest. Hope for the best.
Make sure you take advantage of that to cool down the engine, especially if you're gunning it as you're going up and down the street. I think that takes care of what I need to tell you right now, but we are going to be here all night long, so enjoy it as we're just kicking off the 2025 edition. The Temecula Rod Run.
It's called mopeds, like mopeds without pedals. That's what they call us in the scooter business. I gotta find some spots where music is drowned out. I'll work our way down to where the turnaround is so I can get some shots without the speakers. I got a little Honda Passport like that one in my garage. And I'll admit it. Alright, we're gonna get through here. We're gonna get a little spot where there's not a lot of music speakers, so.
I'd love to jump in. On the next one. Oh, that's great.
coming out now. How you doing? You're on the video.
Yeah, he watches it all the time.
All right. Out of the way. Got the flames on the Chevelle. Pickup. here. Pontiac GTO 66. Mercury. '49 Ford Police. I should mention when you get to this hour of the afternoon, we get a lot of long shadows. Hello again. Chevy. Oh man.
Temecula Run. Hey, you guys having a good time so far tonight? A lot of nice rides out there on the street. Picture favorite play all throughout Old Town Temecula. So, plenty of times tomorrow to come and take pictures, hang out, talk to people, talk about what they do, bring their cars, the way they do. There are a couple of things going on the DJ booth tomorrow. We're going to be registered, but you're looking for your packet, your number, and all that. You can swing by the DJ booth. On how to get where you need to go. We're located right at the main intersection in town, Old Town Front Street and Main Street. And while we're speaking about Main Street, we'd encourage everybody to head up Main Street. Check out the vendors we've got up there. We've got merchandise, we've got food, we've got all kinds of goodies up there for you to see and purchase. And we've got the merch for this year's event. T-shirts, $10. Zippo hoodies, $25. And of course, they feature last year's Best in Show winner, the 59 Apollo. That vehicle will be here tomorrow, located right here at this intersection, parked actually in front of the historic bank. So you can come and take a picture. Right Way Site Services, the Caves, Marietta, and us versus them. We got a whole weekend to set up a fun here in Temecula, so we're glad you are already out.
I'm gonna walk down to the turnaround spot because I know there's no music down there. I think they actually turned the sound up even louder. This guy wanted to get his car. There you go. We're going to get some of the cars on the roll around over here because there's no music over there. This is one of the turnarounds. Try to get a nice variety of locations. I might walk back to that section where there was the speakers were further apart in the middle. Camaros. How you doing? All right. So if you come out here in Temecula, I said they will have their car show tomorrow. I will not be here for that down over on the main road, but I will be at Riverside. This is how I did it last year too. Alright, while we're waiting on some cars, we'll bring in this beautiful 57 Caddy. Someone's got a car alarm off in the distance. They couldn't wait for Long Beach. other announcements. He's got the Sabre wheels. That's 61. Everybody kind of winds up, they wash off their cars, let them cool off. There's their lot on the other end. I'm not sure how late I'm going to spend here, because don't forget I do have to get up early. I have to get the video up first and then get up tomorrow morning for Riverside. Alright, but I will try to get an hour, at least an hour, a little over an hour video. I think that's about what I hit last year here. It is about a 2-hour drive back to the old homestead. Probably won't be as bad going the other way though, after traffic, I hope. If you're wondering, no, I never got to the satellite. I was actually gonna mess around with it yesterday, and said my kid needed me, so you know. car's hitting the turnaround now.
Yeah. Hey, you got it?
I see some of the same cars that were earlier in the club. Like I said, the turnaround is right there.
Videos, man.
Oh, thanks.
Awesome.
I try.
Music, he's like, nope, can't do it.
Yeah.
Walk around it. Oh, there's that. He's got potential.
59. Okay. Got it? Is everyone awake out there at TV land? We're in that part of the video. Anything can happen part of the video.
I know. Gotta keep it going. Keep it going.
Hi again.
I like the way we keep eating
We
like
keep meeting, yeah. He's gonna have to come up a little bit, I think. Oh, he's got it. Mopeds and a passport. I need a gas tank for my passport. If anybody's got like a, I think it's an 81 only tank or something. 57 fuel injected Corvette. CAD.
Videos is that is badass.
57 CAD. Mopeds, mopeds. That one's a moped, the food. I used to work on those. I actually did.
They were cool back in the day though.
Yeah, and I used to work on those and Vespas. the hot lot. Pull down here. I'll get you good shots of the Dodge 440 police cruiser. This happens to be over here in the hot lot. This is cool. Check out the mirrors with the red lights. Monty. How you doing? How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
It's also getting really windy right now. The sock on the mic should take care of that, but it's getting cold. That's gonna wrap things up for Temecula Rod Run Friday night cruise for 2025. I'm gonna have to call it right here. I do have to get up for Riverside Show and Go tomorrow, and that's gonna be a big one. That's gonna be a lot of steps at that show. If you've been there, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Day after that, we got Mopar Spring Fling at Woodley Park in Van Nuys. So very full weekend for me. I'm glad I was able to bring you this one because this was a great one. Lots of amazing cars up here cruising in Old Town Temecula. As always, check the tentative list. Let you know what I'm planning on hitting in the near future. Make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, leave some comments, and until next time, I'll be seeing you.